Hello and welcome to Radio Hud. You're listening to us live in the Students' Union. We are the sound of student life.
When we set up Radio Hud, we were given a broom closet in the old Students' Union building, which was in the centre of campus, and it was upstairs in the cafeteria and in the corner, so no one could see actually the process of making radio, whereas now you just need to go into the Student Central and you can actually look through the window and watch people actually make radio, which interests other people to want to get involved. And walking around Student Central, you can hear the radio station playing. When I look back at it, from what was a fairly, what I would call, unprofessional but competent enterprise, which was more about socialising and having a bit of fun, it's now kind of turned into a really professional, slick outfit. And, you know, with broadcasting 5 days a week for longer hours than we were, people seem to have really bought into it. You're hosting the awards every year. It does make me really proud that I was the guy that kind of spearheaded the start of the radio station. And to what it's become now, I mean, the Students' Union would be a lot worse of a place, you know, without Radio Hud, whereas before Radio Hud needed the Students' Union. It's completely the other way around now.
So Radio Hud Presents is run by Matt Bunby, who is our head of live music and events. We basically set up every couple of months a live gig. This year it's been primarily at Parish, and we get together some local bands that are either just getting signed onto record deals or just breaking into the industry.
We have 3 major events from September to June, and then we have smaller gigs, more like acoustic, lower level kind of gigs interspersed throughout the rest of the year. The major gigs, we tend to get bands from around the north, at least away from Huddersfield, and then for the smaller ones we'd more likely get student bands or people who are on tour, for instance, trying to promote an album or something along those lines.
In the past, Larkins have played for us, who are just now all over BBC Radio 1. They're doing a few gigs. We had Bang Bang Romeo, who were playing the Isle of Wight Festival, and they played the year before as well. And we've also had Courtyards, who are doing the Double Denim tour at the moment. We've had a lot of people, a lot of artists, mainly bands, then singular artists, but they're all doing festivals up and down the UK. That's what we want to do. We want to bring the local music to students, and they're free, the events, so you can't complain.
I love it. I started doing it in second year and found a team of just people that we didn't know each other. We just started a message on Facebook, came in, did the show. I want to say it's a bonding exercise because you're putting yourself on the line so much in presenting. You're kind of saying to everybody, we're just going to say things at you and hope that you like it. If you start as a random team like I did in second year, you end up putting yourself out there to people, hundreds of people listening to you without knowing each other. So you form like a radio friendship as well as a separate kind of thing. So yeah, I've always loved it. I've kept wanting to do it because I just enjoy presenting and running a show. So yeah, big fan.
I started like Matt in my second year. A friend of mine who was on my course texted me. He just asked if I wanted to do a breakfast show with him. And I honestly didn't even know there was a radio station or anything. So he and I started doing that, and it was really fun. But my dad was always on the radio and stuff. He worked for a lot of radio stations when I was younger. And so it was exciting to sort of have that connection. But it's also cool because I think everyone has a slightly different radio personality than their real personality. And so it's fun to just like get away for a minute for 2 hours a week and to like not think about the stress of classes and to not think about how many times I have to go to the gym this week and things like that. So it's fun.
It'll be coming up to 10 years in 2019 since Radio Hud launched. I think it would be really great if we could get some of the alumni back together and current students back together to reminisce and to really have a feel of what the radio station's become.
I'd like to see us on FM for sure. I feel like internet broadcasting only goes so far.
I'd just like to see that we've still got a good level of content going out for the students. We've got a good level of shows that are regularly doing stuff that aren't just putting a playlist on and walking out and leaving it.
People that have done this job in the past and have said, and now I'm definitely finding, that there are so many things you can do in this role that you don't have time to do everything. For the last 2 years we've been looking at doing sofa sessions, so going into people's houses and having really intimate gigs, and it's a big thing in the music industry at the moment, people doing like really intimate gigs in people's houses. If my successor was able to capitalise on that, that would be great. Otherwise, I'd hope that we'd still be able to pull in the same good acts. We want progression. To build on what we've done this year is what I'd like to see.
And that is the end of today's broadcasting here on Radio Hud. Thank you very much for listening, and special thanks to our guest presenters today, Matt Bundy, Matt Christie, Lauren Butler and Melissa Fagan. We'll see you tomorrow for another jam-packed day of shows. Thank you very much and good night.